Aloha! Welcome to video 2 of this training series called Are You Headed for an Energy Crisis? So we ended the last video with you going over the energy assessment and looking at the results for yourself. And so as you can see on that assessment, there are 4 categories, or what we call sources of energy, that were covered. The first one is the body or physical energy. The second one is the emotions, or what we call the equality of energy. The third is the mind, or your focus of energy. And then the fourth one is the human spirit, or the energy of meaning and purpose. And so when you combine all 4 sources of energy, then you enter a state where you go through every day connected to yourself, connected to flow, and connected to an unlimited supply of pure energy. So for this video, we're going to be going into a little more understanding and strategies for how to improve your energy in the first and second areas, so the body and the emotions. So I'll be heading right into that so you can get the most benefit from this video today. So first, the body and physical energy. So in my program, Jumpstart Your Performance and Energize Your Life, you're taught the latest, most cutting-edge techniques for helping the cells generate massive energy. So that is where your energy really does come from, is from the little energy generators in each and every cell in your body. When they are working optimally, your body is working optimally. Your cells are happy, you're happy. But what a lot of people don't understand is that diet and exercise alone are not the only or even the optimal ways for increasing the level of energy coming from your cells. There are many other ways that are involved. 2 examples of that is what's called hormesis and heliotherapy. Those are just 2 of the other ways that I teach people how to generate a massive cellular energy that have nothing to do with what you eat or your exercise. So good news there. And additionally, you're guided to identify your own rituals for building and renewing physical energy. I'll be giving you a lot of tips and techniques and tricks and hacks and you name it, but then it's up to you to decide what is going to work best for you in your life. So let's dive right into the strategies now for maximizing physical energy at work. The first thing you can do is create your own healthy energy drink. In my first video series that I give away for free on my website, I have a recipe for a very unique energy drink that I drink every single morning, and I don't have to drink coffee because of this. And it literally just amps up my cellular energy in a big way, and I couldn't live without it at this point. So go back if you want to subscribe for that video series, and it is video number 2 in that series, it gives you all the information. Then the second thing that you can do is make regular sun exposure a part of your life. We as a society live most of our lives indoors, and we do not get the amount of sun on our skin and our bodies as we actually need. So in the recommendation that I make is to spend 20 minutes in the sun with the majority of your skin exposed as often as you can. The idea is, though, you don't get burned. So of course, burning is not the goal. It's for 15 to 20 minutes, most people, even with those with the fairest skins, should be able to get sun exposure without burning. And what this will do is it will jumpstart the production of vitamin D in your skin. Most of Americans are greatly deficient in vitamin D, and vitamin D is the vitamin, so to speak, that your body makes that optimizes your hormonal balance. And this is incredibly important for energy generation and for mood stability. So that is one easy way you can get more energy just by exposing your body to the sunshine. So huge right there. All right, let's go on to the second type of energy. This is your emotions, or your quality of energy. And what's very interesting is that most leaders are not able to perform well or to lead effectively when they're not feeling positive energy. So essentially, if you're feeling in any other way besides positive, you are not able to perform or lead effectively. It's pretty huge. And when you learn to recognize what kinds of events trigger your negative emotions, you gain greater capacity to take control of your reactions. So it's about stepping back and finding and getting awareness of what it is that triggers your negative emotions so you can control it. So 2 strategies for managing your negative emotions at work. The first one is what's called buying time. And this is a simple, powerful ritual for diffusing negative emotions. Essentially, it's deep abdominal breathing. Breathing is a powerful and highly underrated method. People just don't understand how important it is for helping to balance your emotions and to turn off the fight or flight response. With the adrenaline and cortisol that gets released when you feel negative emotions, it helps to manage that release. It induces relaxation and recovery. And so how you do it is you just take a deep breath, and then you're going to exhale slowly for just 5 or 6 seconds. So counting out while you exhale. I recommend exhaling through the nose. And just do this for a few moments, a few repetitions of this, and you will be amazed at how quickly you can start to gain control of your negative emotions. So that's one of the strategies. The second strategy I'd like to teach you today for helping to manage your emotions is for how to maximize your positive emotion. So we learned about how to diffuse negative emotions. Now, positive emotions can also be grown. And one of the ways to do this is by expressing appreciation. So it fuels positive emotions, and it doesn't have to be where you only express appreciation for the big things in life. You can express appreciation for even the small things. There's been days where I've had a really bad day where all I can really find to be appreciative of is the fact I had maybe a really nice breakfast that morning, or I love the fact that I didn't have any traffic to deal with on the way to work that morning. I mean, find whatever you can. But if you do this regularly, you'll be amazed at how much better you feel about your life. You realize you have a lot more to be thankful for than you might have thought. And the other strategy for maximizing positive emotions is to change the stories that you tell yourself about the events in your life. So what does that mean? What that means is that every day we have things that happen to us that are considered negative or positive or even just neutral. But you have a choice about how you see that given event. And recognize that the story you tell yourself about that event influences the emotions you feel about it. You know, you can have someone that goes through the exact same event, and one person will see it as the most horrible thing that's happened to them. The other person will see it as a blessing because they've learned and grown so much because that happened. That's just one example. So how can you do this, right? The way you can do this is you look at the situation you're in through 3 lenses. So the first lens is what's called the reverse lens. For example, you ask yourself, what would the other person in this conflict say? And in what ways might that be true? So seeing it from the other person's perspective. With the long lens, you're going to ask, how will I most likely view this situation in 6 months? So it's stepping back away from the situation, looking at it from the future, and realizing that probably in 6 months from now, this will be a very minor thing that you're going through. It helps to put it in perspective. And then with the wide lens, you're going to ask yourself, regardless of the outcome of the issue, how can I grow and learn from this? This one is the most powerful of all, in my opinion. And it has helped me personally to work through a lot of issues and things I've had to deal with in my life, and to help me understand the lesson I was meant to learn from going through this and why I was going through this. You know, when you go through something, and at least if you're able to learn a lesson from it, means that you're reducing the chances of having to go through experiences like that again. All right, so that covers the first 2 types of energy sources, the physical and the emotional quality of energy. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be going through the next 2 sources of energy and strategies for optimizing those. All right, thank you so much. See you next time.